The PlayStation 4 has had a tremendous last few years, and one area that I think the PlayStation 4 has really excelled at that I don't think a lot of people were expecting when we were initially going into this generation was the fact that free-to-play games has been one of the core components of the PlayStation 4's library. Now that might be a little bit unsettling to people just because free-to-play games for a long time, especially from a console consumer standpoint, had this stigma of being games that were a little bit nickel and diming. Maybe they were more associated with lower class games, mobile games, whatever the case may be. Free-to-play games for a long time did have that negative stigma attached to it. However, I think over the last few years that has really been dispelled, even from a console side of things. I mean, they were always kind of expected in the PC realm, but on consoles, you've seen excellent free-to-play games like Warframe, Path of Exiles, Dauntless, and of course, one of the biggest components of the free-to-play genre has been the Battle Royale games, and in today's video, I want to highlight a brand new free-to-play game that is coming very soon. It's a new Battle Royale title, so taking the free-to-play genre that still has a little bit of a negative stigma, and then throwing Battle Royale in it as well, coupling those two together. Battle Royale has been a genre that some people, I think, have been, associating a little bit of negativity to as well, just because games like Fortnite, H1Z1, PUBG, I think they're all appreciated games. However, I think some people also look at those games and the Battle Royale genre as a whole as a genre that is being milked a little bit just because there's so much money in it right now, at least from the Fortnite side of things. PUBG's done really well. Apex Legends, of course, earlier this year did really well. However, I want to highlight a game called Darwin Project. It's a game that's not getting a lot of attention. However, it is coming January 2020 in its full release on PlayStation 4, and it will be a free-to-play game, and it's already out on PC in an early access form. Unfortunately, it hasn't gotten a lot of attention, so I think it is important to give this game some much-needed attention before it comes out in January, just because I don't want this game to come out and then kind of fall to the wayside. I think come January, it really has potential to find a second wind. I don't know if that's necessarily for it coming out of early access on PC, if it's seeing a console release, if that's going to help it a lot, but I do think that potential is there. So what is Darwin Project? Well, it's a different kind of Battle Royale. In Darwin Project, 10 inmates must survive the elements, track each other, fight craft tools, and use their social skills to be the last one standing. Now, that sounds pretty typical. However, it's a unique take on Battle Royale with a show director to influence the match and spectator interactions to create a one-of-a-kind game show. So yes, it's a little bit Battle Royale game like you traditionally know it for, and then it throws in this game show element that I think is really cool. The game itself takes place in a dystopian post-apocalyptic landscape in the northern Canadian Rockies. As preparation for an impending ice age, a new project, half science experiment, half live entertainment is launched, and it's obviously called Darwin Project. What does it do? Well, it challenges 10 participants to survive the cold and fight to the death in a treacherous arena. And of course, a key feature of the game is this spectator experience. Through the spectator experience extension, viewers can impact each Darwin Project match in several groundbreaking ways. Cast votes to choose the target of a power activated by the show director, place bets on which inmate or team they think will emerge victorious, bid for powers normally reserved for show directors and unleash them in a private match. So it's got this cool layer to a game, and I don't think anyone would have expected a Battle Royale game like this if you don't know about Darwin Project. Obviously, if you're in the know about the game, you already know about these elements, but if you just put it on a piece of paper before this game even existed and said, this is what we're going for, it's a very unique take on a Battle Royale genre and just games in general, and I think adding that game show layer to the game can do a lot, and that element of the game has been really well received on PC, and we'll look at the PC reception in a little bit, but the show director is also an element of the game. So what is that? The show director is the living bridge between players and spectators. He or she is the host and master who controls the arena with nuclear bombs, zone closures, gravity storms, and the power of their voice. Now, what you do as the show director is really up to you. This could be a real tool of self-discovery, the start of your new career as a charming but deadly game show host. And it's up to you to figure out what to do with that kind of power. And it also features dynamic tactical gameplay with survival elements. Gather resources, craft tools, upgrade your gear, track your enemies, engage in both melee and ranged combat, and be the last inmate left alive. So obviously, beneath the layer of the spectator and show director element, you've got your traditional Battle Royale game that's presented with a very, very unique look. It's a little bit more cartoony in presentation. I think a lot of people will harken back to a game like Fortnite, more so than PUBG. However, I dig the art style and I do like the look of it, and I'm all for games having a different kind of look to it, and Darwin Project definitely implements something a little more unique. Now, I think all of the elements that I've just covered in Darwin Project are rather compelling. I think if people knew about this game, it would have a lot of attention. Unfortunately, on PC right now, it's a little bit quiet as far as the community is concerned. However, it's still an early access title, and usually how it works with early access games games, once they fully come out of early access, they do kind of get a second lease on life, and there is another opportunity for the game to explode. An early access title kind of has 2 staggered releases, so from that standpoint, it really comes down to how the game does in January to see the overall reception of the game, and that's why I'm trying to get this video out to spread the word about the game, because ultimately, no investment is gonna be necessary, and I want a game like Darwin Project to get a little bit over just because Scavenger Studio is trying something a little bit more unique with the Battle Royale genre. Look, I'm not against more Battle Royale titles. What I am gonna be tired of is Battle Royale titles going the same formulaic route that ultimately makes the games very similar to one another. Well, Darwin Project really doesn't have that issue. And going to the PC reception of the reviews that have been posted at this point, again, you can really only look at the Steam user reviews because it's still in early access. They are rather positive. All-time reviews, you've got 13,067 people posting reviews, and 81% of those reviews are positive. That leads it to a very positive reception. That's pretty good, especially considering early access games are obviously going to have issues here and there. And a lot of the negative reviews are coming from the standpoint that it is lacking players. So what are they to do about that? Is that an issue with game development? No, it's just up for more people to try out the game. So hopefully that'll be an issue when the game actually does release. And as far as recent reviews go, 328 Steam user reviews, and 88% of those have been positive. So that is even better, and it really leads credence to the game getting better and better. That's generally how things work. Unfortunately, one issue of the game, as I mentioned, is the lack of players, and that would obviously be remedied, at least it would be help remedied, if the game did have cross-platform play. But at this point, it doesn't look like cross-platform play is in the cards. Hopefully, at some point, that does come to fruition, because if a game is lacking a player base, that is really helped out by cross-platform play. Generally, when you have 3 different platforms playing the game together in one server, that would help out a lot. Obviously, that does lead issues, and there's a lot of hurdles to come over if you do want to introduce cross-platform play, and I think they just want to get the game rolling out. They want to build and establish a user base in that form, and then they'll look at cross-platform play. But if the user base does continue to be an issue, well, cross-platform play would really help out with that. I think initially there is going to be that excitement level. I think people are going to check it out, and then it's going to be up for the players to decide, hey, is this a Battle Royale title I want to get into, or is this something that's going to fall off? I don't think it's an issue that just because the game has been a little bit quiet in early access period that it can't blow up by the time it sees its full release. Once it comes out on the PlayStation 4, once it's out of early access, again, there's gonna be that subsect of people that start streaming it, that give it a chance, and it's up to them to build momentum on top of that. These games can really snowball out of control and explode like that. I'm not saying it's gonna be at the level of a Fortnite or even Apex Legends or even PUBG, but can it be a Battle Royale game with some sustainability? It absolutely can, and I really like the elements that the game introduces. I'm excited to check the game out on the PlayStation 4. If you do have a decent PC, it's available in early access right now, so you can try it out, and again, it's absolutely free, no investment. There are in-app purchases available, but you can try out the game for free, and then you can go from there and make the decisions after that. I do want to transition out of this with some developer commentated gameplay, so do enjoy that. Check the game out for yourself. If it does interest you, mark it down for a January release. We don't have an exact date at this point, but it will be out sometime in January on the PlayStation 4, and again, it will be absolutely free to play, so you have no worry in checking it out, at least giving it a chance, and then you can go from there on whether or not you want to continue playing it. So that's going to conclude this video. Definitely want to hear all of your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. Are you going to check out Darwin Project? Are you a little bit off-put by all the Battle Royale titles? Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.
Third-person action survival experience. What makes the game unique is that it's designed as much for the spectators as it is for the players. The core gameplay is a futuristic battle royale deathmatch with a strong emphasis on tracking and survival. Our innovation for this genre is an improvement on the standard battle royale gameplay, which we call the manhunt. In other games, the most fun part of the experience is when you're fighting other players, but this represents less than 10% of the match. To remedy this, we designed the manhunt feature. There are multiple tools to uncover information about the other player's status and location. First, the world is deadly cold, which forces players to make fires in order to avoid freezing to death. But these fires are visible from very far away, which means each time you warm yourself up, you also reveal your position to everyone else. Inside certain cabins, players can see in real time the position of all the other players. Tracking is also easily done by following footprints. If the player you are tracking crafts an item or harvests a resource, they leave clues behind. And picking up that clue will allow you to see that player's position on the map for a short time. With the manhunt feature, we've changed the nature of the time spent between encounters. Instead of being a passive, hiding gameplay, in the Darwin project, it's always an active gameplay style, with a strong strategic aspect. For the spectator, it's a reality show. To connect the players and the spectators, we've created a unique new role in the game.
Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.